Facebook land. It's Jennifer Paz with Tierra Antigua Realty.
And Carolyn Reed. We're here at Stewart Title today, and we have some people joining us. So here you go.
I'm Lauren Smith-Clays, who's the Business Development Officer with Stewart Title, and this is perfect. It's Ken Bock, our title manager. I think he might want to sit down for a second.
Yay, Ken!
He does.
Hi, Ken.
Good
Nice to
morning,
see you.
ladies.
Good morning.
Nice
good
to meet
morning.
you.
Yes, you too.
Thanks for telling me.
We just wanted to spring it on you.
So what do you do here at Title?
I manage the title department when it doesn't manage me. And I'm also the underwriter for Pima County.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that.
How long have you been doing that?
Since heck was a pup. I think I started in '69.
Wow.
Long time, 50
Long
years
time
at
ago.
least. Yeah.
You
All
know
right.
a lot about title. A lot
I've
about
forgotten
insurance.
about title too.
We're so glad you stepped in.
Well, thank you.
So we have some questions we were going
Okay.
to ask Lauren, but we've got the expert here. So
No.
What's your
Expert is a
question?
two-part word. X is a has-been, and this bird
Yeah, I
is a drip under
understand that.
pressure.
I
No.
understand.
Well, these are actually questions coming to us from some of our buyers and some
Okay.
of our sellers. So we wrote
All
them
right.
down and we're just going to shoot them at you if you're
Let's
okay with
find
that.
out what's going on.
Okay. First one. What is title insurance?
Title insurance, there's two different types. One is for owners of the property, one is for lenders.
Okay.
For an owner, we're ensuring that they do own the title, that whoever is the seller has the right to sell the property to them,
Okay.
and that there are no prior liens or encumbrances against the property that they're buying, other than what we're disclosing on the title commitment.
So that could include easements, liens,
We'll be showing
rights of way.
easements, any liens would have requirements for those to be released. Any prior loans on the property would have to be released.
Judgments.
Taxes would have to be paid, judgments against the former owner or former owners would also have to be taken care of.
Can you give us an example of a lien? Like a type of a lien?
Oh, there are several types. First one that comes to mind is federal tax liens for not paying taxes. And when those record, they are a lien against all property owned by that party and any property acquired by them in the future.
Just not a specific
So
property.
not a specific
Okay.
property, but all properties.
So
That's
it
good to
follows
know.
them. Yeah,
So
follows them.
it follows the properties all the way
Okay.
around.
Child support?
Child support liens normally come in the form of a judgment
Okay.
from the Superior Court. For a straight child support payment order, we don't necessarily pay too much attention to those.
Okay.
If it's an arrearage judgment, where it's judgment for unpaid prior, those have to be taken care of.
Okay.
Those cannot be dropped out.
So everything has to be
Judgments
financially taken care of
care
before
of
the new owner
For
takes
the
over
new owner,
Okay.
correct.
Okay.
The same thing would basically apply for the lender. We're ensuring them that the borrower actually does own the property. And again, that they have the first lien position if that's the type of loan they're making. And same thing, no prior liens, no prior judgments, et cetera, et cetera.
So HOAs can put liens on a property.
HOAs can put lien on the property for non-payment.
Okay. So that's important to know that
So,
you
right.
need to stay current on your HOA dues.
Right, right.
Because if you don't, it'll get you in the end.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So a lot of
Correct.
times when it comes to closing, people say, "Why do I need title insurance? I already have homeowners insurance." That doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, there are two entirely different types of title policy, or types of insurance policies. The homeowner insurance policy is a liability type policy. Protects against fire, theft, those types of items. Title insurance protects ownership, and regular homeowner insurance does not.
Okay.
Who pays for title insurance?
That can be done various ways. The general norm is that the seller, in a sales transaction, the seller buys title insurance for the buyer.
Okay.
The buyer pays for title insurance for their lender.
Okay.
Okay.
I've seen it where the seller pays all, I've seen it where the buyer pays all, I've seen it where they take the two policy premiums, split down the middle, but
So it's negotiable.
it's a
in other
negotiable
words.
deal.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see.
What is the life of an escrow?
the life of an escrow can go from, I've seen some close in 2 days.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Others can go several months, even up to a year with commercial escrow.
Mhm.
My bad.
But depends on the nature of the transaction. If it's a straight cash transaction and title's clean, there's no payoffs to be made, it's just,
So you can close in 2
Oh.
days on a cash deal if there's no
like,
issues on the
if
title.
if there are no issues.
So it's basically from an accepted contract through the recordation of the,
Recordation of the
the title.
documents,
okay.
right.
And
the
then so
deed or-
during that time, you're looking for liens and encumbrances on the title, making sure
Right.
everything is clear. If not, then
right,
the
well,
parties are
right.
made aware.
Right, when
Okay.
on a sale escrow, the contract comes into the escrow agent. They'll order the title commitment from title. Then while they're working on obtaining payoff information from lenders and HOAs if they know about it, we're busy doing a title search. In the meantime, the new lender, they're conversing with escrow and trying to get their documents put together. Then we'll present title commitment to escrow. They'll see what additional requirements may have to be done
Okay.
in order to make it close.
So there's a
And
lot
then-
of behind the scenes
There-
things
there
that
are a
happen
lot
in a
of behind the
transaction.
scenes. Yeah.
Quite a bit.
On our end too, so,
Yes.
and we work very
Right.
closely with title and the lender throughout the transaction.
Can you speak a little bit on a preliminary title report? Because I do have buyers and sellers for that matter, when they get their packages in the mail after they've
Okay.
opened, after escrow has been opened and they get these packages and nobody tells them what to do with them. Can you speak a little
Okay.
bit about that?
Excuse me, I just had cataract surgery,
Oh, wow.
Oh,
so my eye bothers me once in a while. The title commitment is what we use, what most companies use now.
Okay.
And it's a commitment to issue title insurance. It's similar to a binder
Mm-hmm.
from the
the
regular
insurance,
insurance
right.
companies. And we say, okay, we will issue title insurance to so-and-so in the amount of covering this property when these requirements have been met.
Okay.
And then we'll name the requirements and then we'll show in Schedule B anything against the property that's going to survive the closing. Real estate taxes, easements, restrictions, items of that nature.
I always
Uh,
remind them it's really important to read Schedule B particularly, and I always find it very interesting to read, to see, sometimes things
Yeah.
pop up that I
Yeah.
wasn't aware
I've
of.
always suggested that the seller and the seller's agent concentrate on the requirements.
Mhm.
Look at Schedule B, but concentrate on the requirements. Conversely, buyer agents, I say, look at Schedule B, find out what you have to live with after this thing closes. You know, scope through, see if there's any requirements that might affect the buyer, but pay more attention to the Schedule B documents.
So, do you, well, things that come up sometimes are easements, right-of-ways, well agreements,
Taxes, like you said.
yeah, taxes, so those are things that, do you include well agreement? Is that research that you find?
If they're recorded, we will. Yes.
And why wouldn't they
Same
be
thing with the road
recorded?
agreements, roadway agreements, if they're recorded, yes, we'll show those in Schedule B. If there are any charges that are due under those two documents, then we'll make requirement that those charges be
Be
paid.
paid.
And they would not be recorded, why?
A lot of people just make up the agreement between themselves
And don't actually
and don't
record it.
actually record it with the county recorder. I mean, it's good between them, but nobody else knows about it.
Right.
It's kind of dangerous.
Very.
could be.
I would
Forward,
think,
yeah.
Yeah, it could be.
I've sold a couple of properties that are on a flag lot, which is multiple homes sharing one driveway. And so it's really important that everybody has agreed to share that driveway.
Right,
Things like that can come up that can cause really big problems if it's not
definitely.
recorded.
So,
You don't have
and we
access to
bring
your
those up.
property.
Right, that's the
Yeah.
other thing we look for is access,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and make sure that it is proper access to get to the property.
So
So-
when you order this report, do escrow officers actually look at all of the reports that come through their office?
They're supposed to.
Okay.
Mhm.
I wonder because sometimes I'll skim over Schedule
Right.
B, skim because I'm not
Right.
the best.
Right,
And I will admit I kind of lean on my escrow rep to kind of tell me, hey, did you check out Schedule B? There's this and this and this. And I'm like, oh, I didn't even pay attention to that. Thank you for
Okay.
bringing it to my attention.
that's why I always tell the reps, hey, pay
Okay.
attention.
So both of
Schedule
us
B.
should be looking at these
Right,
things.
should be, everybody,
Okay.
What about CCNRs, covenants?
right, conditions, restrictions. What about them?
Do those come in that packet? Will they, so
Yes,
are
the
they
way
able
we
to see
do a
them?
commitment is that everything that's in Schedule B is highlighted, and I forget the term now, but if you type, we do it online.
Like
so
a
if you-
hyperlink type
It's a
of thing?
hyperlink,
Mhm.
so if you hit the hyperlink, it will show you
It'll
a
take you
copy
to-
of those exact documents.
Okay.
Mainstream. Yay.
That's really important to see the CCNRs so you know
Mhm.
if there's anything that's going to make it hard for you to live
Right,
with. You need to
right.
know up front. So
Right,
it's
and
good to have.
personally, before I buy a property or buy a house, I'll narrow down my search and then I'll get copies of the
Try
restrictions.
and take a look at those. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'll take a look at those
Right.
because I've had some issues with some of the subdivisions.
It's a good idea.
Well, if you have 10 dogs and they only allow one or two, you need to know that
Oh,
up front.
Yes, and one of my issues was that I'm a woodworker
Mm-hmm.
and I love to throw that garage door open on a Saturday and
Oh, yeah.
make sawdust.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen somewhere the door can only be opened or closed upon entry and exit.
You're
Oh, I
kidding.
hadn't
No,
heard
I'm
that.
not.
Wow. I've never heard that.
Yeah, that subdivision I would not get along at
Right.
all.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, those are great
So-
things to know before you
Right,
move somewhere and find out you're not going to be happy there.
definitely.
Taxes are paid in arrears here. Can you talk about how that works? It's a little confusing.
It is. Taxes become a lien January 1 of each year.
Okay.
Administratively, through the assessor and the treasurer, the first half of the tax payment doesn't come out until roughly the end of September, the 1st of October,
Mm-hmm.
and is due by November 1 without penalty. Then the second half of the year tax comes out in March of the following year and is delinquent as of May 1. So that's why the offset, because it takes that initial period from January when it becomes a lien until the time that it comes out for the assessor to do the assessments that are needed to get the information to the county treasurer,
Got it.
to go through all the ramifications they have to go to calculate the tax.
We're a little different here
So,
in that regard.
right,
Mostly, if you have a loan on a property, mostly the taxes are paid from an impound account
generally
on
they
your
are,
behalf.
right.
Where does that impound, so you, at closing, there's a collection of taxes?
Generally, I believe it's 3 months
3 months.
taxes and 2 months property insurance that goes to the lender. Then they accumulate that money with the same amount through each payment,
Mm-hmm.
so that when the tax bill comes due, they know there's money to be able to pay the taxes, and then they'll pay it. Same thing with the property insurance. When that comes due, they'll have the money to pay it.
I've seen them sometimes collect a year's insurance premium, which is, seems like a lot,
Yeah.
but it is the buyer's, or it is the person's money. It's just held in an impound
It's in
account on their
an
behalf.
impound count with the lender,
And paid on their behalf when they're
Yeah.
due.
right.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
I think that's
Yeah,
most
Ken,
of
you're
the
great.
questions.
That's it?
you
I know.
I'm getting off easy.
See how
No.
easy it was?
I
know.
don't even have to research?
No. Oh, that's another thing. So the
Uh-oh.
facility that we're visiting today is Stewart Title's title plant. So tell me a little bit about what happens at a title plant. It's different than where you might go to sign your closing documents.
Right, well, this is the title operations building. We have 12 people here in the building, and I have 4 title officers that are working at home, anywhere from Sarita to Sierra Vista. One's in New Mexico, one's in the state of
wow.
Washington.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
And they were all here at one time and moved out, but due to computerization, now we can
Technology.
stay in touch, and
Mhm.
technology hit, so that makes it easier for them. I can keep employees when they have to move.
That's
But,
great.
Yeah, that is great.
So we do have the 7 title officers here that do the actual examining. I've got 1 recording officer who works with escrow on the final documents to be recorded with the county recorder. I've got 2 general service people. One opens the title orders when they come through from escrow, or direct orders that may come in from a lender.
Okay.
And we have 1 lender unit specifically that deals with a lot of the credit unions and just does their quick secondary loans. So
So you're
we stay busy.
multi-purpose
Right.
office here.
Right. And we do have conference rooms so escrow people can come in.
Nice,
And,
nice.
and
to
that's
do
what we're doing.
closings.
Yeah, and we
So-
can interview.
Right.
I did have another question. So a lot of times people think at closing, as soon as they sign their paperwork, that they're going to get the keys to their house. I've always tried to explain to them, but can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Specifically recordation, and what does that
Okay.
mean?
Everybody signs at different times. The last one to sign is generally the seller. Then we'll verify everything. We'll get all the documents prepared. We'll send those to our recording desk. Actually, they go electronically. And she will verify everything on the documents against the commitment, make sure that's the last step in between, to make sure all the requirements have been met, etc. And then we'll record those with the county recorder,
Okay.
which we can now do electronically. So we don't have to physically take
Take it down.
documents anymore.
Which
That's
is
great.
nice, yeah.
And then you call us.
And then we can call escrow, or escrow will be notified electronically when their
When it
documents
records.
are recorded. Then they can call you and say, okay, we're done.
Does recordation happen throughout the day, or are there specific times in the day that you
All day long.
All day long, okay.
Right. It used to be at specific times because we had
That's what I
to
thought, yeah.
gather up and take things, so there was
Mhm.
the 10 o'clock recording, and then there was the 4 o'clock recording, but now we just record all day long.
All day.
Up
Okay.
till,
Is there a cutoff?
We can cut off about 4:30
Okay.
with the electronic service.
And is there somebody in each office, specifically like a recorder or designated person that deals with just that in each office?
No,
No, okay.
no. The escrow people, the escrow officer and their assistant put the documents into the system,
Okay.
and then our recording officer will review those documents.
Okay.
So we only have 1 recording officer. We'd have a backup title officer that does recording also on busy days.
Just in case.
Like last Friday, we had 101 closings
Wow.
That's
that
a lot.
recorded.
Wow.
So that took a couple of people
Yeah, that's a lot.
to check
That
those
is
out.
a
One day.
That was.
well, end of month is always,
Yeah.
End of month
Kind
is
of
a
a
crunch,
crunch.
but
Mhm.
that was a big crunch.
For you
I
guys.
would say.
We haven't had one like that in a very long time.
Well, you guys deserved a long weekend
Yes.
after all of that.
On a side note, Ken, how would you say the market is doing from a title standpoint? Are you
From
busy? less
title,
busy?
it looks good.
Yeah.
We're busy, we're opening orders. Last month was the second highest month for open orders that we've had this year.
Oh, wow.
Wow. August?
August,
Wow,
Oh my
it's
God.
usually a slow
which is
month
usually
due to
a slow
yeah,
month because that's
back to
coming right off
school.
the end of the vacation period.
Mhm.
We had the highest month of recording that we've had in a long time, so it looks like it's picking up.
That's
Each
good.
month has been a little bit more,
Good,
but from my side, it looks like it's picking up in Tucson.
great.
Are you seeing, I'm assuming that you have to record refinance as well?
Correct.
Oh yeah, is that a big market
And,
right now?
Yeah.
I really can't tell you that.
It's probably hard
Because
to
I'm looking
distinguish.
at the overall picture.
Right,
The only time I
right.
get into specifics is if there's a problem on a file.
Got it.
So, but as to the breakdown, I really don't know.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fair.
But I think it's probably up because
The rates are,
the rates are down,
Yep.
which helps the
Right,
increase in the
right, absolutely.
housing. So it just feeds itself.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We've
My
had a-
pleasure, ladies.
yes, Ken, thank
Yeah.
you very much. We appreciate your time and answering
We
our
do.
buyers and sellers questions
Good.
today.
All right. You ladies have a great day.
You as well.
Thank
All right. Thank you.
Take care.
So we'd invite you to come take a look at our website, TucsonHomeViewer.com. And we also would love to hear from you at email. Our email is viewtucsonrealestate@gmail.com. My name is Carolyn Reed. My phone number is 977-8199. And my co-agent here,
Jennifer Paz. Again, we're both with Tierra and Tigra Realty, which is a locally owned brokerage. My cell phone number is 520-390-2701. And the both of us combined have been in the business more than 20 years. So we have a lot of experience, expertise. We keep up on our, continuing education and what's going on with the market. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to give us a shout out. We really appreciate you taking the time to watch the video today, and we will see you next week.
bye-bye.
Bye.